Perhaps one of the coolest aspects of this job is that it's not a desk job. It's not just putting up bulletin boards, not just creating generic programs, but it's a job centered around people, around community. So besides the typical interactions through hallway conversations and blazer talks, I've tried to go above and beyond as an RA. For instance, I've created and distributed multiple Quizlet sets to residents in the same classes as me, and before every exam in psychology, I met with one resident to study together. Furthermore, many of my residents who share my major, and even a few who don't, have asked me for advice with classes. To answer their questions, I've discussed my own personal methods of time management, and have given insider tips on which courses and professors to take. Additionally, several of my residents are in the MSAT program along with me, so that's helped me to further connect with them outside of the residence hall at our monthly meetings. One of my primary goals during my time as an RA was to develop interpersonal skills in myself as well as in my residents. And it's certainly true that I grew as a person this year. Being able to interact and connect with such a unique group has improved my people skills, and has taught me more about different cultures, lifestyles, and beliefs. As for my residents, several of my programs have been targeted at fostering their interpersonal skills as well. My January program, for instance, was a social one aimed at connecting current residents with new residents during a fun night of card and board games. My most recently approved program is a more passive one, with residents completing surveys to answer what they love about their roommates, what they love about themselves, and what they love about Birmingham. At the end, I hope to distribute their responses to each other and bring a little positivity onto the 6th floor. I've also endeavored to develop my resident sense of self. My primary vehicle for accomplishing this has been Blazer Talks, but I've also had an academic motivation program aimed at giving them encouragement and advice around finals week. Additionally, several of my bulletin boards have been focused on self-growth, including topics such as email etiquette, tips for academic success, and methods for readjusting to college after winter break. The remainder of my programs have been dedicated to inspiring residents to take an active role in their community. My first active program introduced them to BSync, and it encouraged them to reach out to student organizations or get involved in volunteering. I also had a passive program that used sarcasm to emphasize cleanliness and taking care of the residence hall and laundry facilities. Since the beginning of the year, I've also served as a liaison for Hall Council. I helped to interview and select a team of around 24 representatives and 4 executive members. As a liaison, I attend bi-weekly meetings with the Hall Council team, offering advice and support for their 2 needs-based programs per semester. Thus far, Hall Council has coordinated a Halloween party and canned food drive, distributed brochures on alcohol safety, STD prevention, and interpersonal violence, has decorated for homecoming, and has designed the Laundry Lounge bulletin board. Since last year, I've learned that applying to be an RA is essentially like trying out for a team, and by necessity, because a team needs to be reliable and supportive. I truly wouldn't trade any of my fellow RAs for the world because each of them brings something unique to the dynamic here. As for my specific contributions to the team, I try to always be dependable and hardworking, positive and encouraging, and a source of laughter. This job isn't always easy, and neither are classes, so I think everyone can benefit from a bit of positivity. Next year, if rehired, I hope to better establish a sense of community among my residents, and to do it sooner in the semester. My original intention for encouraging them to utilize BSync was that they would make friends by plugging in, and although this would certainly work, I now see that it might be more beneficial to build a community of friends here who will then encourage each other to plug into organizations and volunteering together. Additionally, I hope to further develop my time management skills. There was a refractory period at the beginning of the year when adjusting to my course load and RA responsibilities was a daunting task, and balancing my schedule was very stressful. Through my experience this year, I've grown to handle a heavy load and still have time for self-care, and I hope to develop this skill even more next year.